I have forgotten my fair amount of things. We all have, at one point or another. To forget, to lose something, like an item, a moment. That day, it was my cell phone. A small thing, a momentary lapse. But what is it that makes us forget? What part of our lives induces the slip, the lull? What is it that carries on your thought process even when something is missing? It is routine. We are all prone to this by our brain's very design. Every day, people wake up, walk past you, talk to you, breathing, thinking, absorbing so much information. Sometimes it all just becomes a predictable pattern. With enough repetition, a simple task turns into a mindless spool of habit and instinct. Routine can come in the form of many things. Scientists connect this phenomenon with a mechanism your brain uses to deal with it, a state of mind that works on many levels. For instance, when you're going somewhere, you think about the destination, avoiding hazards, but you don't think about keeping your legs moving properly. The mechanism relegates this to another part of your brain to deal with it, so the rest of your mind can think in other ways. We have all been under it, and continue to, until something snaps us out of it. I call it autopilot. It had been a normal morning. My alarm woke me up as usual, my wife already up and out of the room. Briefly, I checked my phone when I realized that the battery was low. It was a new phone and had this annoying habit of leaving applications running overnight. So I put it onto charge instead of in my bag as normal. It was a momentary slip, but it was all it took. I showered, got dressed, my mind already setting itself up for what it expected of the day. The exception already forgotten.
Good morning, McAllen. This is your local news channel coming at you with our top headlining stories. It is the summertime in the valley, which means it's going to be hot. And a good place to beat the heat is the town's new water park. We'll have more on that coming up next. Now on to our weather forecast.
On today's forecast, we have sunny skies and also a fair ahead of us with highs peaking at 105, but don't worry, this evening will cool off.
Triple digits don't intimidate me. This was the beginning of most of my days. As a new father, I lived for moments like these. My mind was already starting to wire into the routine, which told me that my phone was in my bag. I began my day. Until you have that moment, the moment you reach for your phone and shatter the illusion. You continue on. Then came the realization. did a mental restep. I remembered the dying battery. I remembered putting it on to charge. Then I remembered leaving it there. I was going to be late. Yes, sir.
You're late.
I'm sorry. I forgot my phone.
Meeting starts in 2 minutes.
As I resumed the rest of my day, there were a few things that began to bother me. I went to my meeting, attentive, responding, and reacting to everything appropriately. But it all just felt so vacant, like I was just operating. With every tick of the clock, time grew more dull. I dropped my papers off, spoke when spoken to. Maybe once in a while I thought about my wife and daughter. But what unsettled me during this whole period was how certain I was of my phone being in my bag. You can just call me clumsy or simply negligent, but it misses the point. It wasn't the fact that I forgot it, but how sure I was of the illusion. Hey!
You answered.
You wouldn't believe how much this thing has thrown me off today.
Listen, I have to work the late shift. Dinner will have to wait. Did you pick up our daughter?
Yeah, I'm on my way right now.
Okay, bye.
Bye. As I said before, you remain in this state until something snaps you out of it. Sometimes the things that kill us are not what put us in autopilot, but what takes us out. Sometimes you lose more than just moments. But what is it that makes us forget? What part of our lives induces the slip, the lull? What is it that carries on your thought process even when something is missing? I call it autopilot.